sportsmanship. Your school is constantly in the public eye. The school, its athletes, and its fans are always being judged by the opposition's fans, players, and by all who come to see your team perform. Make certain your school and its programs are the type to bring praise and admiration. Sports are a vital part of your school's image. Make it a good one. www.ihsa.org is the address for the IHSA webpage on the internet. Check it out anytime you want to find out immediately what's happening with high school activities throughout Illinois. In fact, all the results of the girls volleyball state series, including tonight's match, will be there when you get home.
From the high school gym in Lawrenceville, Illinois, it's the championship game of the Lawrenceville Class 2A Regional Girls Volleyball Tournament. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dave Rigg alongside Troy Rigg. We're getting ready to bring you that championship game between our Edwards County Lady Lions and the Carmi White County Lady Bulldogs. As always, our webcast comes your way through the courtesy of the individuals, businesses, and organizations that are members of the Webcast Boosters Club, each agreeing to pay $2 for our webcast tonight to help us cover our expenses such as gasoline, wear and tear on equipment, and other incidental expenses. My cell phone bill, because we are getting to the internet for you to be able to watch it through the internet. And I have to pay internet fees through Verizon Wireless to do that. So there are expenses, and just like you have to pay a subscription fee to watch, we have to pay lots more than that to be able to send it your way. The Lady Lions likely are favored to win this match tonight, Troy, because Edwards County, first of all, was seeded number 1 going into this tournament. Secondly, we've beat Carmi twice this season. So based on that, you'd say Edwards County should have the upper hand, but things can happen.
You can look at it two different ways. The first matchup between the two teams, Edwards County had to come from behind in the second set on their floor to win. When Carmi came to our floor, we didn't have any trouble with them at all. It was an easy victory. You have two schools of thought. There's, we've beat them twice, so we can beat them again. There's the other school of thought with some people that, after two matchups, by the third one, maybe Carmi has seen enough of our game that they know what to do this time around.
Right.
But based on the way Edwards County has been playing of late, especially at the Shelbyville tournament, and their victory on Tuesday night, I'm giving an edge to our Edwards County Lady Lions.
This championship game came about after Monday night's Mount Carmel win over Red Hill in 2 sets, 25-6, 25-13. Then Tuesday night, Edwards County beat Mount Carmel in 2 sets. I didn't write the score down for these two matches. And then in the second match Tuesday night, Carmi White County beat Lawrenceville. So that means Edwards County and Carmi White County are meeting here tonight for the championship and the right to move on to the Cumberland High School Toledo sectional next Monday night against the winner of the Pana Regional at 5:30. Now at Pana tonight, in the championship game there, it's Pana versus Newton. That ought to be a close match, Troy. I would offhand say Newton would probably win that, but we've seen Pana, and they're not a slouch, so maybe Newton won't get there.
And those two had a great game with each other at sectionals last year.
Right. The other regionals that we are concerned with, at Marshall tonight, Teutopolis is tangling with Kansas. Offhand, I'd say Teutopolis likely will win that. And at the Flora Regional tonight, the championship there is between Fairfield and Hamilton County.
Another good game.
Yeah. Either one of those teams could win that.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be the winner of this regional, which we hope will be Edwards County, against the winner of the Pana Regional, which will either be Pana or Newton. And then the second game Monday night at 6:30 will pit the Marshall Regional winner, either Teutopolis or Kansas, against the winner of the Flora Regional, either Fairfield or Hamilton County. And then the championship of the sectional game will be played next Wednesday night, October 31st. Halloween, isn't it? in October 31st, Halloween night.
It is.
That'll be at 6:30 at Toledo, Illinois, which is, I think, just west of Greenup, Illinois. I think that's right.
Yeah.
I know we've been there for basketball games and even a baseball game. But anyway, so that's how things stack up. So if the Edwards County Lions here win tonight, then they'll play again Monday night at 5:30 at Toledo, Illinois. Troy, check some of our webcast boosters.
Excuse me. Which includes...
There's no excuse for you, Troy.
Yeah. Myrna Mason, Dr. Chris Ballard, and his wife, Jerry. Donna Hawking, the grandmother of Shayla Potts. Danny and Debbie Glover. Eddie and Joyce Miller. Belly and Tanya Potts, the parents of Shayla Potts. Kent and Sue Nail of Nail's Funeral Home in Albion and Fairfield. Shad, Marilee, Lindsay, and Seth McKenzie. United Mutual Insurance Company at 14 North 4th Street in Albion. When you need insurance, call United Mutual Insurance. Sheila Markman Schnepper, the Edwards County Supervisor of Assessments, and Jenna Schnepper's mother. JTK Services, JR, Tara, Haley, and JC Bierster. And finally, Citizens National Bank in Albion.
I might add that Saturday afternoon, the Edwards County Lions football team will be playing at Madison, Illinois, and that will be in the 1A class playoffs. Kickoff is at 2 o'clock. If you cannot make the trip to Madison, which is a little over a 2-hour drive from Albion, we will have it for you in 2 areas. First of all, you can listen to it on your radio. Maybe you're out working harvesting and you can't be watching something on a screen, but you have a radio in your combine or in your truck or tractor or whatever. Tune it to 105.9 WOKZ FM out of Fairfield, and we'll have the radio broadcast for you. But if you can watch something on a computer screen or your smartphone, you'll be able to watch the game because we will be webcasting it live, just like we're doing right now, from Madison, Illinois, Saturday. I'm not sure what kind of facilities they're going to have for us because we have seen the satellite view of the football field, and things look rather primitive there, Troy. I don't think they have hardly any seating for the fans, especially on the visitor side of the field. And I'm told they have a very small announcer's booth. And so I don't know whether we'll be able to set up in that or whether we'll have to set up with a table on the ground close to the field. I just don't know what we're going to run into. But we're going to get there early Saturday. Well, not early Saturday morning, but we're going to get there Saturday morning and get things figured out and get all set up so that we can bring you the pictures on my15news.com and the audio through the radio on WOKZ 105.9 on your FM dial. Well, the Carmi White County Bulldogs and the Edwards County Lions, both members of the Black Diamond Conference, fighting for the right to move on to the sectional. And as Troy said, these two teams have met twice earlier this year. Carmi gave us a good match down there on their floor, but that was early in the season. Wasn't that the first game of the season?
It was.
And the Edwards County Lions, fresh out of the box, did not play well in that first set. And then they just squeaked out a win, if I remember correctly, in that third set. And so Carmi gave us a scare, but the second time they met, which was at Edwards County, it was a different story. Well, I think we're about to have playing of the national anthem. Troy, we cannot stand up or we'll tip this table over. So you'll just have to take your hat off, and I'll salute. And You might notice on your screen there's a big red and white partition behind the player benches, and that's to separate this gym into one section. And last night we were way up on the other side. They wanted us to set up top of these bleachers, but there was no electrical plug-in up there. So we're out here midway up with bleachers and a table. And we cannot stand up for the national anthem without tipping over our table.
Here's your Lady Bulldogs lineup. Number 1 is a freshman, Jessica Smith. Number 2 is the senior, Emily Brown. Number 4, a junior, Grace Dial. Number 5 is a junior, Sydney Lucas. Number 14, a senior, Macy Edwards. She's your libero. Number 23 is a senior, Julia Smith. And number 24, a junior, Mariah Van Meter. Head coach of the Carmi Lady Bulldogs is Penny Barton-Guter, Brianne Dothett, and Chris Lucas. And now your Edwards County Lady Lions. Number 1 is the senior, Maddie Hout. Number 3 is a junior, Nadia Reid. Number 5, Mikayla Troyer. Number 17, your libero, Darcy Clodfelter. Number 10, a senior, Shayla Potts. Number 11, also a senior, Olivia Hallam. And number 15, the junior, Audrey Rotramel. Lady Lions, head coach is Nixie Hnetkovsky. Assistant coaches, Erica Bishop and Whitney Buckles. And now, to give you the play-by-play, in my always biased opinion, the best play-by-play man in Southern Illinois, Mr. David Rigg.
Well, maybe not the best, but certainly the oldest. Isn't anybody else doing this that was doing it when I started back in 1967?
No, definitely not.
51 years ago, really. All right, here we go. Carmi White County Lady Bulldogs, Edwards County Lady Lions. Lions having the usual starters. Carmi starters, Jessica Smith is out there. Also, the one you'll want to be watching for is number 23, Julia Smith. I started to say the only senior, but there are 4 seniors on the squad for Carmi White County. But Julia is probably their leading player. Others out there on the floor, Emily Brown is in the starting lineup. Mariah Van Meter is out there. Sydney Lucas, and who am I missing that's out there now? Their libero's getting ready to step on. That's Macy Edwards. She is a senior. It's like they're going to have the first serve, and Julia Smith will serve it. So here we go, folks. Championship of the Lawrenceville Class 2A Regional Girls Volleyball Tournament here on my15news.com. Whistle sounds from the right side of the end line. There's the serve. Back row dig by Hout. Set up by Potts. And a shot at the net by Nadia Reid is good for a kill. Hey, Troy, Nadia's starting tonight.
There you go.
She usually goes to the bench to start out for Clodfelter, the libero, to check on, but she's starting tonight. All right, here's Shayla Potts. Good serve to their back row. Julia Smith digs it out. It's set up at the net there by Dial, and a shot to the back row. Clodfelter digs it out. Set up by Hout. Rotramel shoots it over the net. Carmi digs it out. They set it at the middle, and a tip over by Jessica Smith. Clodfelter digs it out. Shot by Hallam is dug out by the Lady Bulldogs. Now another shot by Jessica Smith is going to drop to the floor, and that'll be a point for Jessica Smith. And we're tied at 1 here in set 1. Back to serve for Carmi White County is Grace Dial. Whistle sounds, and here comes her serve. Back row, Clodfelter digs. Set up by Potts from the back row. Hout shoots it to their back row. Julia Smith digs it out. Set up by Dial. And a shot is good for the kill. Again by Jessica Smith. And Carmi White County jumps out on top 2-1 here in set 1. Again, Smith, check that. This is Dial serving. Clodfelter digs it out. Potts sets it up. Reid shoots it over. They dig it out. Now from the right side, they tip it back to us, and it's knocked out of bounds on the hit by Maddie Hout. And that'll be a point for Carmi, 3-1. Notice we have line judges here tonight.
We do.
There's the dig by Clodfelter. popped up by Potts. And Rotramel just bops it over the net to Carmi. Smith dug it out. Dial sets it up. Bopped over the net now by Lucas. And that ball's going to go off the hands of Maddie Hout into the crowd. And Carmi moves out to a 4-1 advantage. Line judges are required by the IHSA for tournament time. All right, here comes another serve. Clodfelter digs it out. Potts sets it up. Rotramel shoots it and scores. There was no digging that one out.
No.
Audrey Rotramel slams it to the floor. Now Reid goes to the bench as Troyer checks into the lineup. And the serve will come from Darcy Clodfelter, our libero. There's the dig right back over the net. Dug back up over by Rotramel. Now Carmi sets it up. Here's a shot by Lucas. Hout digs. Popped up by Hallam and whopped over the net by Rotramel. Now Julia Smith digs it out. Tipped back over to Edwards County side. Hout digs. Pot sets. Hout shoots. Carmi playing good defense here in set one. Back to Edwards County. Clodfelter, Potts. And look at that shot. Good shot there by Mikayla Troyer. No digging that one out either. So it's Carmi White County 4, Edwards County 3. And again, Darcy Clodfelter will serve it. Darcy waits for the whistle from the chair official. It's kind of quiet all of a sudden. There's the serve. Smith digs from the back row. Set up there by Dial. And a shot is in. Good shot for Carmi White County. Lions let it bounce. And that makes it now 5-3 Carmi White County. Coach Hnetkovsky up off the bench. Serve will come from their libero, Macy Edwards. Back row, dig by Hout. Potts sets it up again. Shot by Troyer is dug out. Set up by Dial. And a shot to the back row is out of bounds. Sidney Lucas knocked it over the end line, and Edwards County will get the point. Now Jenna Schnepper will check in for Rotramel to take the serve. Carmi White County 5, Edwards County 4 here in set one. Schnepper steps forward, swats the ball into the net. 6-4 Carmi White County. Can't keep doing things like that, Troy, if we want to go into the sectional next week. Carmi with the serve. Back row dig by Clodfelter. Hallam sets it up. And a shot for the kill by Mikayla Troyer. And that'll make it 6-5 Carmi. And the Lions will have the ball. It'll be Olivia Hallam with the serve. There's the whistle. There's Olivia's line drive serve. That's Doug set to the net. And a tip over to the Lions side. And tip right back over by Potts. And now Potts shoots it. Dug out there by Dial. Set up by Swanberg. Back to the back row. That's Hallam. Potts sets it up. Troyer shoots it again. Mikayla Troyer picking up the kill points here after not starting the game. And now it's a tie at 6 here in set one. Olivia Hallam will take the serve again for Edwards County. Whistle sounds. And there it goes. There's the dig by Edwards from the back row. A shot by Julia Smith is blocked at the net. And the point will go to Carmi White County. That makes it 7-6 Carmi. Substitute checks in. Emily Brown checks in for Bree Swanberg. And Emily will take the serve. Whistle sounds from the right side of the end line. A serve dug by Clodfelter. Not a very good dig. And that'll be an ace for Emily Brown. And they lead now 8-6 here in set one. Lady Lions with a slow start here so far. Here comes the next serve. There's the dig by Hout. Hallam sets it up. Tip over there by Potts. That didn't fool anybody. Now Smith tips it over to Edwards County. Hout saves it, digs it out. Hallam sets it up. Hout shoots the ball and gets the kill. Maddie Hout. Carmi White County 8, Edwards County 7. And the serve will come now from Mikayla Troyer. Nadia Reid checks back in for Edwards County. There's the serve by Troyer. There's the dig by Julia Smith. It's saved back over, but it's going to go out of bounds, so that'll be an ace for Mikayla. And we're tied now at 8 here in set one. Whistle sounds. Mikayla sends it to the middle of the court. Smith digs it out. Set up right side. Block at the net there by Reid. Carmi now plays it back to us. Schnepper digs. Hallam sets. Potts shoots and gets the kill. Shayla Potts shooting from the right side of the front row, and the Lions take the lead 9-8 here in set one. Again, Troyer with the serve. Right down the middle it goes to the middle of the back row, set to the net. Here's Julia Smith with a shot to the back row. Troyer digs it out. Hallam sets it up. Reid shoots and gets the kill. Nadia Reid. And the Lions now lead 10-8. Troy, I'm glad to see. Well, I'll save that comment. Timeout. Edwards County on top, 10-8. More webcast boosters.
Jim and Nyla McKenzie, that is Coach Hnetkovsky's parents. George and Shirley Tribe. Doug Raber, your State Farm Insurance agent, and Albin. The watering can at 107 West Main Street. Stop in and see the flowers and gift items that Nathan has available. Call 445-3924.
Oh, that's stupid.
Jason Holfaker, always a supporter of the Edwards County Lions, and Keith, Kayla, Taylor, Avery, and Drew Roosevelt, rooting on Coach Hnetkovsky and the Lady Lions.
Sometimes when people walk on the bleachers here, it jars our camera and our video goes out for a while. When I said, oh, that's stupid, I wasn't talking about some person. I was talking about that camera.
I didn't think so.
What I started to say is I'm glad to see that Coach Hnetkovsky is keeping Reid and Troyer on the floor at the same time, Troy. I think they really give us a great tandem at the net, especially.
Well,
I don't know what the delay is right now, but
is a discussion between the officials about something.
Alan Tolliver is the floor official. I don't know the name of the lady who's on the chair, but he's out there checking the lineup, and now he goes over to the scorer's bench. Now he goes over and picks up something. Oh, he's got his
something. One of the assistant coaches over there didn't like something about. I'm thinking it's the net.
Yeah, I bet they're going to measure the height of the net to make sure that it's regulation height. That's what he went to get, was that little string-like thing that all of these volleyball officials use to make sure that the height is at the proper height all the way across, and also that those antennas, which are out-of-bounds markers, are in line with the actual lines on the court. And now you can see over. Well, Troy, move the camera so people can see what he's doing there. Okay, that's good. You can see he's checking to see that the antennas that's what I call them. I don't know what they're officially called, but he's checking to see that the antennas are in line with the lines on the court. And now he's going to check to see that the net is the proper height. And I don't know whether he's satisfied or not. And now he comes over to this side, and he's going to check those antennas. And making a few minor adjustments there. But
this is the end that they were complaining about.
This side over here?
Yes, the one that he's measuring now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Although if that lined up fine over there, I don't know why this wouldn't line up fine.
Well, it could.
Yeah.
Maybe all things are possible. You know what the Bible says.
Yeah.
So now they are measuring, and it does look like there's some slack in that string, Troy. So what they're going to have to do now is tighten the tightness of the net just a little bit to get that net.
No, they are breaking to play, so everything came out fine.
Oh, okay. Well, it's 10-8. Edwards County on top now by 2 here in set one. Mikayla Troyer holding the serve for the Lions. Whistle sounds, and Mikayla sends the ball to the far sideline, and a tip down by Shayla Potts for the point. The dig got the ball just above the net, and Shayla sent it right back down to the floor. And it's 11-8 Edwards County. Substitute coming in for the Lady Bulldogs, number 19. That's Carson Kays, a sophomore. Troyer again with the serve. Sends it again to the far side. The ball dug, set up at the net. Julia Smith tips it back to Hallam. Now to Potts. And here's Maddie Hout slamming it into the net. And that'll give Carmi a point. Now it's Edwards County 11 and Carmi White County 9. Troyer to the bench. Reid back into the lineup. And here's the serve now from Mariah Van Meter. Dig by Clodfelter. Potts sets it up. Reid spanks it to the back row. Dug out by Van Meter. Julia Smith shoots it to the back row. Schnepper digs. Popped up by Potts, and Maddie Hout shoots one hard. The ball dug high in the air. Now a shot back to our back row. Clodfelter to Hallam. Hout shoots and scores. Maddie Hout off a good setup by Olivia Hallam. And now here's Audrey Rotramel checking in for Jenna Schnepper as Maddie Hout will go back to take the serve. It's Edwards County 12, Carmi White County 9 here in set one. Again, the winner moves on to the sectional at Toledo, Illinois, next Monday night. Hout's serve, dug out. Carmi sets it up. A tip over the net by Jessica Smith. And a tip over on the second hit by Potts. Right back to us, Clodfelter. Now Hallam sets it up. Rotramel shoots, and she gets a kill. Well-placed shot to the floor in an empty spot in the Carmi defense. And that makes it 13-9 Edwards County here in set one. Maddie Hout's serve is into the net. Maddie should have eaten another biscuit for breakfast this morning, Troy, or maybe another hamburger at lunch. I don't know which. All right, Julia Smith will take the serve for Carmi White County. And a line drive serve dug out by Hout. Good save there. Potts sets it up. Popped over by Rotramel. Carmi sets it up now. Here's a shot by Lucas, and that's a kill for Sydney Lucas, a junior. And it's now Edwards County 13, Carmi White County 11. And Julia Smith will again serve it for the Lady Bulldogs. And there it goes. There's the dig by Hout. Potts sets it up. And Reid shoots and gets the kill. Nadia Reid, 14-11. And the serve will come from Shayla Potts. And Julia Smith goes to the bench. She's one of their better players, in my estimations anyway. There's a short serve this time, and they dig it out. And from the back row, knock it into the net. So a well-placed serve that Carmi White County had trouble defending, and that makes it 15-11 now. Shayla Potts will take the serve. And there it goes. There's their dig. They set it up at the net. Jessica Smith blocked by Reid, but a whistle. We may have a net violation, and it is against Carmi White County. 16-11 Edwards County. Lions beginning to take control now, as we expected. Shayla Potts to serve it. Short serve, and it bounces out of bounds. These line officials, if the ball is out, they'll raise the red flag in the air. If it's in, they'll point to the floor. All right, they'll get a serve now. And this is Grace Dial back there to take the serve. And from the right side of the end line, she sends it out of bounds. She knocks it out of bounds. And so now, here's Darcy Clodfelter. Well, that just as I say, Coach Hnetkovsky, Scape, and Reid and Troy are in the game at the same time. Now they're substituting for one another. Here's the setup by Potts, and a shot by Hallam is dug out. Now Carmi sets it up in the net. Shot to the back row. Potts can't dig it out and save it. Good shot for Carmi by Sydney Lucas. And that makes it Edwards County 17, Carmi White County 13. Macy Edwards, their libero, wearing that black libero jersey, will serve it from the right side of the end line. Clodfelter digs. She's wearing the red libero jersey for us. Shot down the line over there by Troyer is dug out. Now popped back over to Edwards County side by Lucas. Hopped up in the air by Troyer, knocked over by Rotramel. Carmi can't make a play now, and the Lions will get that point, leading now 18-13. Jenna Schnepper will check in for Rotramel to take the serve for the Lions. There's no doubt the Edwards County Lions were in a slump at the end of the season, but they appear to be getting back into the form that we're used to seeing. Serve by Schnepper is a good one. Dial sets it up. Tip and a block at the net, but the Lions keep it alive. Whopped back over the net by Hout to save it. Now there's a shot blocked at the net by Troyer. Right back to the back row. Potts digs it out. Now Clodfelter and a hammer by Maddie Hout, but they dig it out. Now a shot to our back row. Potts digs that out. Hallam sets it up. And a hammer again by Maddie Hout is good for the kill. Edwards County 19, Carmi White County 13, set one. Again, Jenna Schnepper will take the serve. Whistle sounds. Jenna steps forward, sends it to the middle of the court. There's their dig. They set it up to this side. Tip over there by Van Meter. Clodfelter digs. Potts sets. Hallam shoots and scores. Olivia Hallam. No. Line official said it was out.
That's what they said.
So the point goes to Carmi and White County. The Edwards County fans put up a howl. Looked good to me, Troy, from my location, but I don't know how you could argue with a floor official standing right there at the corner. 19-14 Edwards County. There's Carmi serve. Clodfelter digs. Hallam sets it up. Tip over there by Troyer. Now Carmi sets it up to Julia Smith. She shoots it over to Clodfelter. Now to Schnepper. Now to Hout with a tip. Right back over. Hout tips it back to him. Now Carmi sets it up. Julia Smith pushes it to our back row. Potts. Now Hallam. Now Troyer. Dug right back to us. Hout digs. Potts sets. And Troyer shoots it in. Mikayla Troyer with another kill. 19-14 Edwards County with make it 20-14. A little slow putting that point up there. Lions need 5 more points to win the first set. Olivia Hallam will take the serve. And she sends a line drive serve to the middle of their back row. They set it up to Julia Smith. She shoots to our far corner, Schnepper. And on the second hit, Hallam pops it over to their side. Now they pop it into the net. And the point goes to Edwards County. 21-14. Again, Hallam with the serve. Olivia dribbling that volleyball. Now sends it. Line drive again to the middle. Carmi does dig it out. And they backhand it over to us by Van Meter. Set up by Hallam, and a shot by Potts is dug out. Now they set the ball up there to Swanberg, who shoots it into the net. Edwards County 22, Carmi White County 14. Several Edwards County fans have made the trip up here today, Troy, for this championship game. Here's the serve by Hallam. Again, another line drive serve. That's dug out. And a shot partially blocked there by Troyer. Hout digs it out. Now set up to Hout, who shoots. Carmi sets it up there. Popped over by Julia Smith. That's Schnepper. Knocked over on the third hit by Potts. Now the Lady Bulldogs. Edwards shoots it out of bounds. Macy Edwards tried to get it in that far side corner, but took too much elevation. And it's now Edwards County 23, Carmi White County 14. Again, Hallam with the serve. Far corner, dug out back there. Set up at the net, shot to our back row. That's Schnepper. Hallam sets it up for Maddie Hout, who shoots. Carmi does dig it out. Edwards bops it forward. Julia Smith backhands it over to us. Now set up by Hallam and a whistle. We've got 2 hits against Edwards County. So it's 23-15. And are we going to get a timeout, or is it just a substitution? Just a substitution. Swanberg to the bench, and Emily Brown in to take the serve for Carmi White County. Whistle sounds. Here's the serve. Short serve. Schnepper. Hallam. Troyer with the shot. Carmi sets it up to Julia Smith. Her shot is good for a kill off the hands of Olivia Hallam. Julia Smith. And it's 23-16, Edwards County. We're still in set 1. And again, it'll be Emily Brown with the serve for the Lady Bulldogs. And there it goes. Clodfelter digs. Hallam sits. And Troyer shoots for the kill. The ball was blocked by Carmi White County, but the ball went down on their side of the floor. And that makes it, we're at set point, 24-16. Troyer with the serve for the Lady Lions. Smith digs. Set up in the net. Shot blocked, but the Lions keep it alive. Pushed over by Potts. And Carmi keeps it alive on their side. Now it's going to be backhanded over by Macy Edwards, and it falls on our side of the floor. Point to Carmi White County. 24-17. We're still at set point. And now Troyer goes to the bench, and Nadia Reid is back in. And this will be Mariah Van Meter, a junior, serving for Carmi White County. She sends it to the middle of the court. Clodfelter digs it. Hallam sets it up. And Reid shoots. Blocked back to us. Schnepper digs. Potts sets that up for Maddie Hout, who just tips it over. No harm there. Carmi again. Tipped back to us. Clodfelter with a dig. Pushed over by Hallam on the second hit. Carmi again sets it up. Julia Smith shoots. Blocked at the net by Reid. Carmi again And a block again by Reid for the point. Nadia Reid working well at the net, and that's it. Edwards County wins set 1, 25-17. Troy?
Dr. Lawrence Spear, Holly and Sam, Spear Chiropractic Clinic on the west side of the Courthouse Square in Albion. Edwards County Superintendent of Schools, that's David Cowder and his family, David, Tiffany, Dallin, Camden, and Addison. David and Lisa Mathis, Kevin, Heidi, and TJ Smurden, Kenny and Terry Clodfelter, Darcy Clodfelter's parents, John and Denise Duncan, Brian and Sonia Schenkel, John and Judy Schnepper, that is Jenna Schnepper's grandparents, Marilyn Turner, the former Albion grade school principal, Jason and Brandy Stennett, the parents of volleyball player Mackenzie Stennett and football and baseball player Marcus Stennett. Mike and Melanie Troyer, the parents of Mikayla Troyer. See Troyer Heating and Air Conditioning for your heating and air conditioning needs. Your local Coleman dealer. Mitchell Insurance and Real Estate Agency at 18 West Main in Albion. One stop for all of your insurance and real estate needs with a caring, friendly, and knowledgeable staff to help you. Good luck to the Lions from Tanea St. Ledger, the physical therapist at the Rehabilitation and Performance Institute in Albion. And Eric St. Ledger, he's your Edwards County State's attorney. Victor and Fairline Oxby, and Glenn and Marilyn Clodfelter, that is Darcy Clodfelter's grandparents.
All right, so Edwards County takes set number 1, 25-17. Now if they win this next set, the match is over, and the Lions will be in the sectional tournament for what, the 7th year in a row? What is it? We've run the regional, is it 6 years in a row, Troy?
The regional?
Yeah.
I think we've won, if we win this one, I think it's 18 regionals in a row, I thought.
Wow, I should have checked that out on the IHSA website to be sure. Been so busy getting ready for Saturday's playoff football game.
We've got volleyball, football, everything going on.
Yeah, it's been a busy week, and anyway, we are looking forward to being able to bring you the Edwards County Lions football playoff game Saturday afternoon at Madison, Illinois. In case you're wondering, where's Madison, Illinois? Well, it's over north of East St. Louis. It's in the St. Louis metro area, and it'll take a little over 2 hours to make that trip out there, probably on I-64. But we're going to try to get there early enough to make sure we get all of our equipment set up so we can bring the game to you on both radio and the internet. Some of you do not have a subscription, or some people, obviously you do, you wouldn't be watching this, but some people, probably do not have a subscription to the NFHS network, and it's still not too late. I guess someone could still go ahead and get the subscription, which they could then use to watch Edwards County Lions basketball when that season starts here next month. And also, if the Lions win here, the game Monday night at Toledo, Illinois, when the Lions play in the sectional tournament, that is, if they win this match. So anyway, it's been busy, but I think you're right. It's been a long time since Edwards County Lady Lions have lost a regional tournament.
I know that much.
And so that means just about every year they end up playing in the sectional tournament. Sometimes they win the sectional, sometimes they don't. Like last year, we didn't. All right, Maddie Hout will serve it for Edwards County to start set 2, and it's a good line drive serve. Dug out back there by Lucas, and a shot by Jessica Smith is over the end line, out of bounds. And that's an attack error by Carmi White County. The Lions go up 1-0 in set 2. And again, Maddie Hout, a senior, will serve it. There's a serve right down the far sideline that falls in front of the back row girl on the left side, and it's 2-0 Edwards County. Again, Maddie Hout will serve it. Short serve this time, dug on this near sideline. Set up in the net, Jessica Smith serves, and a block there by Troyer, and that ball's going to fall out of bounds after it digs back over to our side. That'll be another point for the Lions. 3-0 Edwards County. Maddie Hout again serving. Line drive this time. Oh, what a wicked serve that was. Sydney Lucas did not have much of a chance to dig that one out. That's an ace for Maddie, and it's 4-0 Lions. And here comes another serve. And there's a dig by Edwards, their libero, and the ball goes into the scorer's bench. Edwards County 5-0. And Maddie Hout's boyfriend sitting over here to the left of me, I think. He's being rather quiet, though. He's not letting up any big hoots for Maddie here tonight. All right, here's the serve. Line drive down the far sideline. Carmi backhands it back over to us. That's Clodfelter digging. Hallam sets it up. Rotramel shoots it in the net. So there's the first point of the set for Carmi White County. Lions leading 5-1 here in set 2. In case you joined us late, Lions won the first set, 25-17. Serve will come from Grace Dial. There's the serve, hits the net, and falls out of bounds. So that's a service error, and the point to Edwards County. And it's now 6-1 Lions. Shayla Potts will take this serve. And she sends a short serve down the far sideline, and a tip down at the net is won by Carmi this time. So it's Edwards County 6, Carmi White County 2. Mariah Van Meter checks in for Carmi White County, and Jessica Smith goes to the bench. And their libero, Macy Edwards, will serve it. There's the dig back row by Clodfelter. Popped up by Potts on the second hit. Shot by Hallam, but that one has too much steam behind it. Over the end line it goes for an attack error. Point to Carmi White County. 6-3, Lions, set 2. Another serve by Edwards. Back row Hout digs. Set up by Potts. Shot by Troyer is good for the kill. Edwards County 7, Carmi White County 3, set 2. Mikayla Troyer will take the serve. She's one of the 4 seniors on our roster this year. Mikayla sends it to the back row middle. Edwards digs it out. Set up by Dial. Shot back over there by Lucas. Lions dig it out and bop it back over in the person of Maddie Hout. Set up again by Dial. Tipped over the net to Edwards County. Rotramel digs it out. Potts sets it. Hallam shoots it and knocks it out of bounds unless it was touched. And it wasn't. Point to Carmi White County. It's Edwards County 7, Carmi White County 4. Julia Smith, in my opinion, the best player on their team, checks back into the lineup as Sydney Lucas will serve it. And there's the dig by Clodfelter. Set up by Potts. Tipped over by Hallam. Carmi now sets it up. That was off of Swanberg. Tipped over by Smith. Potts digs. Hallam sets. Back row attack by Maddie Hout's going to be good for a kill. Maddie Hout shooting out of the back row gets the kill. Edwards County 8, Carmi White County 4. Jenna Schnepper checks in for Rotramel to take the serve. There's the whistle. Here's the serve from Jenna. Back row dig for the Lady Bulldogs. Set up by Dial. Shot from the middle there is dug out by the Lions. And again, Clodfelter from the back row pops it over to their side. Julia Smith pushes it back to our back row. Schnepper digs. Potts sets. Tip over by Maddie Hout. But Carmi defends it well. Julia Smith sends it back to us. And it falls out of bounds. Point to Edwards County. Lions 9, Bulldogs 4. Jenna Schnepper will take the serve. Whistle sounds. Jenna steps forward. Sends a short serve down this near sideline. Dug out by Swanberg. From the back row, a shot by Lucas is dug out by Potts. That's Hallam. Now a shot by Maddie Hout. Is it in? Is it in? No, they say it was out, but boy, it looked good from this angle,
well,
Troy.
It also looked touched.
Huh?
It also looked like it was touched.
Yeah. Well, the Lion fans, a few of them around here. Ooh.
I don't blame them.
Well, we're going to substitute now. Checking in for Carmi is Emily Brown to take the serve. It's Edwards County 9, Carmi White County 5. We're in set 2. There's the serve. Back there, Schnepper digs. Hallam sets it up. Reid shoots and gets the kill. Nadia Reid shooting from the front row middle. And that makes it 10-5 Lions. Olivia Hallam, another one of the seniors, will take a serve. And to the back row, there's the dig by Brown. Set up there by Dial, and a shot blocked, and right back to us. And the Lions now cannot dig it back out, and the point will go to Carmi White County. 10-6, set 2. And it's going to be Mariah Van Meter who will take the serve. Mariah steps forward and serves the ball short to the middle of the court. Clodfelter digs, Hallam sets, and a shot by Shayla Potts has too much behind it. Over the end line it goes. That makes it 10-7 now in set 2. Serve will come again from Van Meter. And there's the dig by Schnepper. Set up by Potts, and a shot by Maddie Hout is out. Well, it's 10-8 now in set 2. Again, Van Meter with the serve. And there's the dig by Clodfelter. Potts sets it up. Nadia Reid shoots it over to this side, and that's going to go into the crowd. Well-placed shot by Nadia Reid, cross court, and that makes it 11-8, Edwards County. And now Nadia goes to the bench. And Troyer checks in as Darcy Clodfelter will take the serve. There's the serve to the back row. There's the dig by Lucas. Set up. Tip over by Jessica Smith, and the Lions misplayed it at the net. And that'll make it 11-9, set 2. Julia Smith will go back to take the serve for Carmi White County. And they finally get the volleyball to her. Whistle sounds. Here's Julia's serve. There's the dig by Clodfelter. Set up by Hallam. Troyer shoots and gets the kill. Mikayla Troyer. That makes it 12-9 Lions. And Rotramel's going to check back in now, replacing Schnepper as Maddie Hout goes back to take the serve. We'll probably see Maddie Hout on the girls' basketball court.
Probably will.
This year, Troy.
Probably will.
She's a good athlete, no doubt about it. There's a line drive serve that goes into the net. Wouldn't you know that'd happen after I give her a compliment, Troy?
Never fails.
So it's Edwards County 12, Carmi White County 10 here in set 2. And they'll have the serve from Grace Dial. She's a junior. There's the back row dig by Clodfelter. Potts sets it up. Troyer shoots it. Dig right back over the net to us. The Lions now pushed over by Hout. Carmi keeps it alive. Here's a shot by Jessica Smith. Good for the kill. Jessica Smith. And now it's Edwards County 12, Carmi White County 11. Lions better get something going, and Coach Hnetkovsky is going to call timeout. Troy?
Myrna Mason, Dr. Chris Ballard and his wife Jerry, Donna Hawking, she is the grandmother of Shayla Potts, Danny and Debbie Glover, Eddie and Joyce Miller, Billy and Tanya Potts, the parents of Shayla Potts, Kenton Sue Nail of Nail's Funeral Home in Albin and Fairfield, Shan, Marilyn Lindsay, and Seth McKenzie, United Mutual Insurance Company at 14 North 4th Street in Albin. When you need insurance, call United Mutual Insurance.
Well, Troy, Lady Lions surely do not want to go to a third set.
No.
And right now they lead by only 1, 12-11, and Carmi White County has the serve. Grace Dial will serve it for the Lady Bulldogs. As soon as the whistle sounds, there it is. And Grace sends it to our back row. Hout digs it. Potts sets it up. Rotramel shoots it and gets the kill. Audrey Rotramel shooting from the left side of the front row. Edwards County 13, Carmi White County 11. We're playing here at the high school gym in Lawrenceville, Illinois. A very beautiful sports complex they have here. Potts with the serve. It's a good one. Carmi sets it up. Back row Edwards spanks it to our back row libero. Clodfelter, Rotramel, tipped over there by Potts. Now they set it up. That was Swanberg. And a shot by Jessica Smith is dug out. And Rotramel pops it over to their side. They keep it alive. Now here's a shot by Lucas. Dig out by Rotramel at the net. Potts tips it over. Stays out of the net. She almost got into it. Now tipped over by Troyer. And Carmi now saves it back to us. Hout. Potts. Shot into the net by Edwards County. Oh, it's Edwards County 13, Carmi White County 12. They just won't go away, Troy. Macy Edwards again will serve it. There's our dig by Clodfelter. Potts sets it up. Troyer shoots it and gets the kill. 14-12, Edwards County. Now Reid in, and Clodfelter go to the bench, and now we do have both Troyer and Reid in the floor at the same time. Good serve by Mikayla. Carmi sets it up. There's a shot by Van Meter, blocked there by Reid. Now they shoot it back again, and off that block, the ball goes to Edwards County's side of the floor. And that'll be a point for Carmi White County. Lions 14 and Bulldogs 13. Troyer back to the bench. And let's see, this is going to be Sidney Lucas with the serve. Clodfelter digs. Potts sets it up. Reid shoots. And Carmi digs it, but can they save it? Yes, they do. Right back to us. There's Hout. Now Potts. Rotramel shooting. And Audrey Rotramel gets the kill. And that makes it 15-13. Here's Schnepper in now. And Rotramel, after getting that kill, goes to sit down. Jenna Schnepper, I believe she's a sophomore, isn't she, Troy?
You are correct, sir.
15-13 Lions. Good serve by Jenna. Dug right back to the net. Popped over again to Carmi's side. They set it up to Julia Smith. Her shot partially blocked. Clodfelter digs. Set up by Potts. Shot by Reid. Blocked back down. Good block down by Swanberg and Van Meter for the Lady Bulldogs. And it's now Edwards County 15. Carmi White County 14. And Emily Brown, their serving specialist, who's back in to do just that. Whistle sounds. Emily steps forward. Sends it down the far sideline. Schnepper digs. Good save by Hallam. Popped over there by Reid, but unfortunately too much behind it over there. And we're tied 15-15. Well, if you're an Edwards County fan, you can't like this, Troy. Emily Brown will serve it. But our Carmi viewers, they're probably loving every minute of this. There's the dig by Schnepper. Set up at the net. Here's Maddie Hout shooting hard and getting the kill. Maddie Hout, 16-15 Lions. Who's going to serve? Olivia Hallam, that's who. Another one of the four seniors on the team. Olivia from the right side of the end line sends it to the back row, and it's in. I don't know whether they just missed the dig attempt or decided to let it bounce. Either way, the Lions get the point. 17-15 Lions now in set two. Again, Hallam with the serve. Line drive serve. Smith digs it, and that's going to be a lift. A lift against Carmi White County. 18-15 Lions. Again, Hallam with the serve. She can really serve some wicked line drive serves, Troy. There it goes to the back row. Dug out back there by Lucas. Popped in the air. Pushed over there by Carmi White County for a point. And we're going to get a timeout call. The score is Edwards County 19, Carmi White County 15. Troy?
Sheila Markman Schnepper, the Edwards County Supervisor of Assessments, and Jenna Schnepper's mother, JTK Services, JR, Tara Haley, and JC Bierster, Citizens National Bank in Albion, Jim and Nyla McKenzie, Coach Hnetkovsky's parents, George and Shirley Tribe, and Doug Raber, he is your State Farm insurance agent in Albion.
All right, again, for those who may have joined us late, the winner of this match will advance to the sectional tournament next Monday night at Toledo, Illinois. That's where the Cumberland High School is located. If the Lady Lions win, they will play at 5:30 Monday night. And if that's where they're playing, that's where Troy and I hope to be, to bring it all your way here on my15news.com through the NFHS network. Olivia Hallam serving. Lions up by 4 now, 19-15. And that serve is out of bounds. And that'll be a point for Carmi White County, 19-16. Mariah Van Meter with the serve for Carmi. And there's the dig back there by Schnepper. Set up by Hallam. Popped over the net by Reid for the point. Nadia Reid with another kill. And it's 20-16. And Reid to the bench, and Troyer in as Clodfelter will serve. Back row dig by Edwards. Set up there by Dial, and a shot from the far side by Jessica Smith. Now the Lions send it back to their back row. That was Maddie Hout with the third hit. Edwards sends it back to our back row libero, Clodfelter. Now Hallam, and Maddie Hout shoots it over. Right at the net, they set it up, and Jessica Smith shoots and scores for Carmi White County. Jessica Smith, and it's 20-17. And the serve will come from Frankie Hayes. She steps forward and sends it short to the middle of the court. Clodfelter. Now Hallam. Hammer shot by Troyer. Right back to us. That falls out of bounds. Lions get the point, leading now 21-17. And Maddie Hout goes back to take the serve. Rotramel back in. Schnepper to the bench. Whistle sounds. Maddie sends it to the back row. There's their dig by Lucas. And Edwards pops it over on the third hit. Hallam sets it up, a tip over the net, and the ball falls to the floor. Point to Edwards County. And the Lions now lead by a score of 21-17. Maddie Hout's serve. There's their dig. Set up by Dial. Edwards from the back row to Hout. Hallam pops it over on the second hit. They played it. Now here's a shot. Dig out by Hallam. Can we save it? Yes, we can. Rotramel on the third hit. Back over to their side. Now at the net, Jessica Smith blocked at the net there by Troyer. Back to us. Hout digs. Set up. And a shot by Troyer for the kill. Lions 23. Carmi White County 17. Set 2. Maddie Hout again with the serve. Whistle sounds. Maddie. There's the dig by Lucas. Set up in the net. Jessica Smith shoots, and she gets another kill. Jessica Smith, 23-18. So Carmi hanging there with us. Serve will come from Grace Dial. She's a junior, so she'll be back next year for the volleyball team at Carmi White County. Whistle sounds. There goes the serve. Hout digs. Potts sets it up. Rotramel shoots. Dug out by Edwards. Set up by Dial. Shot by Smith is out. Point to Edwards County, and now we are at set and match point. 24-18. One more point, the Lions win the set and the match and the tournament. Here's the serve by Potts. There's their dig. Set up. Shot by Smith. Dug out by Potts. Hallam sets it up. Rotramel shoots. Carmi digs that into the net, and that's it. Edwards County has won it 25-18. Troy?
Jason Holfaker, always a supporter of the Edwards County Lions. Kevin, Heidi, and TJ Smurden. John and Denise Duncan. Brian and Sonia Schenkel. Marilyn Turner, the former Albin grade school principal. Glenn and Marilyn Clodfelter, Darcy Clodfelter's grandparents, and Citizens National Bank in Albin.
So the Lady Lions once again are champions of the regional tournament for our area. They win the Class 2A regional here at Lawrenceville, and the tournament director is now handing the regional championship plaque to the Lions. Boy, I tell you what, Troy, if you go into our gymnasium and see where they have all of our trophies in the entranceway,
right,
there's all kinds of regional plaques. They're going to run out of wall space if we keep this up, but it's good. So Edwards County, by winning, now will go to the Toledo Class 2A sectional at Cumberland High School, and they will play Monday night at 5:30 against either Newton or Pana. That will not be easy, Troy.
No.
And also Monday night, the winner of the Marshall Regional, which will either be Teutopolis or Kansas, will face the winner of the Flora Regional, which will either be Fairfield or Hamilton County. Now, if the Lions win Monday night, they will play Wednesday night for the sectional championship at 6 o'clock, and the right to move on then to the super sectional. And right now I don't remember where that super sectional is going to be played. But should they win that, they're going to be going to the state finals again. But we got to win the sectional
one thing
first.
at a time.
Yeah, I thought last year we were going to win that sectional up at Newton, and the Lady Lions went up there and just laid an egg. So You just shouldn't. Speaking of eggs, you shouldn't count your chickens before they hatch.
There you go. You got it.
Anyway, well, the Lady Lions, Carmi, White County, kind of hung with us there for a while in this second set, but the Lady Lions eventually pulled away to win it, 25-18. So I've kind of lost track of what our season record is now.
Yeah.
But anyway, we win the regional, and we move on to the sectional. Any final comments, Troy, before we close things down for the night?
Well, for any Lady Bulldog fans who decided to tune into the game, they're eliminated, but they've got some players there, Dave.
Yeah.
They've got a good future at that program. Julia Smith graduates, but Jessica Smith, the freshman, looks like a very talented player, Dave. They can build around her for their future.
Absolutely.
As for our Lady Lions, they got the win, Dave. I expected that they would win this game. Now they get ready to play at Toledo. There's going to be some very tough teams there, Dave, but Edwards County has beaten Pana in the past. They have beaten Newton in the past. If they play the way they are capable of, Dave, especially the way they played at Mount Pulaski overall, it's looking good,
Fairfield
Dave.
twice. The only problem is if Hamilton County's there, they beat us twice.
Yeah.
Back there when we were in the slump.
But Hamilton County has struggled with Fairfield, so Fairfield might do us a favor and bump them off. You never know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's down the road.
Right.
All right, here's what's ahead now. Again, the Edwards County Lions football team will be playing Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock at Madison, Illinois, which is over in the East St. Louis area. And I don't remember what the Madison football team's mascot name is, but anyway, it'll start at 2 o'clock. Madison has a record of 8-1, but 2 of those wins were by forfeit. So they're basically 6-1, and it's really hard to tell about their talent because of the teams they played. Some of those teams I've never even heard of. But anyway, they'll be the opponent. I'm sure they won't be easy. The Lions will have to play good football, and then, of course, if the football team wins Saturday afternoon, then the way I understand it, they would have a home game the following Saturday, probably against Red Hill, and that would be no picnic. Red Hill's really tough this year.
No.
But anyway.
But it'd be a home game.
But it would be a home game, yeah. That's what I'm told anyway. So here's the situation. Troy and I will be there Saturday afternoon to webcast the football game here on my15news.com through the NFHS network. So if you're a subscriber, so you can watch it if you can't make that trip over there. But there are a lot of people who are not subscribers to our webcasts. Well, those people can listen to our description. The same thing that we're doing on the internet, we will do on the radio over WOKZ FM 105.9 out of Fairfield, just like we have been doing all season long. Right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed our webcast here tonight. A lot of Edwards County fans made the trip up here to Lawrenceville to cheer on the Lady Lions. Once again, our final scores in 2 sets. Edwards County defeats Carmi White County to earn the right to move on to the sectional tournament next Monday night up at Toledo, Illinois. Scores, Edwards County 25-17 and 25-18. So until we greet you again Saturday afternoon, on behalf of our webcast boosters and Brother Troy, this is Dave Riggs saying so long for just a little while.